Hello everybody, and welcome to another War of the Spark standard video here on the channel. Today we are going to be playing with Black-White Aristocrats, a very fun, synergistic deck that I have a blast playing, and I know you will too. Before I dive into the deck tech and the games, I do want to remind you that if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. I really do enjoy interacting with you, answering your questions, and I appreciate all of the support from my subscribers and people that hit that like button. It helps me out more than you know. But now, let's dive into the deck tech. Aristocrats is a deck that is based around sacrifice. I think the deck name originally came from back in the days of Innistrad, where there was a card called, I think, Falcon and Wrath Aristocrat, and then there was a card that was called like something noble, and so like Aristocrats type thing. The deck is based around cards like Priest of the Forgotten Gods, that lets you sacrifice your own creatures to gain value, and your creatures are maximized for sacrifice ability. So I'm going to go through the cards based on 3 different roles: the cards that you want to sacrifice, the cards that help you sacrifice, and then the other miscellaneous cards. So first of all, what are the cards that you want to sacrifice? So starting off at the 1-drop slot, we have Hunted Witness, a card that as a 1/1 for 1 doesn't look that good, but when it dies into another 1/1. So you sacrifice it, you can sacrifice it multiple times and get value that way. Gutter Bones is a recursive 1-drop. When it dies, it comes back as a, you can pay 2 mana to bring it back if you've dealt damage to the opponent. So you can use Gutter Bones as a, like another recursive sacrificer. Tithe Taker, another great card to sacrifice because it dies into a 1/1. And then, yeah, those are the good ones to sacrifice. 12 ones that are great to sacrifice. Next, we have the Sacrificers. We have Priest of Forgotten Gods. I already mentioned it a bit. Sacrifice 2 other creatures. Any number of target players each lose 2 life, and they sacrifice a creature. So you kill your opponent's creatures, you draw cards, add some mana, but you have to have creatures that you can sacrifice to actually harness this benefit. And then Plague Crafter. This card is crucial to the deck. This card is incredible. I'll get to why in a second, but basically this deck does not run a ton of removal, so you need cards like Plague Crafter to force your opponent to go lower on resources, lose their own creatures. A lot of the times you're going to be sacrificing Plague Crafter and then recurring it over and over and getting a ton of value that way. So Plague Crafter, another key card to help you sacrifice your own creatures. Finally, we have the cards that care about sacrifice. We have Midnight Reaper. Whenever non-token creature dies, it deals a damage to you and you draw a card. So a great way to get value. You can just use your Priest of Forgotten Gods, sacrifice 2 other creatures, draw 2 cards, draw a 3rd card from Priest of the Forgotten Gods, and your opponent has to sacrifice. It's just incredible. Then next we have Cruel Celebrant, which is a great way to drain out your opponent. Whenever Cruel Celebrant is in play, the opponent is automatically like losing any race because you're trading their creatures, but they're taking damage. If you get multiples into play, it's basically game over. And then finally, we have a Recursion Package. Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord can get back a lot of our creatures. The cards work very well together, so getting back like Plague Crafter over and over, like playing Plague Crafter on turn 3, and then turn 4 Sorin, get back Plague Crafter, kill another creature, maybe draw another card off a Midnight Reaper, that type of thing. Revival Revenge is another card that functions as like a one-shot Sorin. Almost every card in the deck is a creature that costs 3 or less, so you can get back pretty much every card. Revenge is sometimes useful as well. And then finally, just a couple of Mortifies to help against Wilderness Reclamation decks that run enchantments, and then just killing miscellaneous important creatures. The mana base is pretty simple: 8 swamps, 6 plains, and then all of the duels for this color combination. I am going to be playing the deck in best of 1 because that'll show you a wide variety of matchups in a shorter amount of time. But the sideboard that I have been using is currently under a lot of work. Definitely want to have Duress in the sideboard because you need to be able to interact with those control decks and those combo decks. 4 Cast Down I think is really important because you need to be able to kill decks like Benalish Marshal in the mono-white matchup, and also it's just a useful card for killing like Thieves of Sanity. Orzhov Enforcers is a card for the red-green matchup. I'm not 100% sure on this slot. A couple Davriels for control I've been experimenting with. Kaya, Orzhov Usurper, is a card that you bring in definitely against like mono white, mono red. If you play against mono blue, which I haven't seen very often, you bring it in. And sometimes you even bring it in against control to just snipe their graveyard if they have Search for Azcanta. And then a couple more Mortifies for those the matchups that you already want Mortify in, like Wilderness Reclamation and then certain creature matchups. Anyway, that is going to do it for the deck. Let's dive into some matches with it. We're going to be playing best of 1 standard with it because it takes a while to play a full best of 3, and I want to show it off in a variety of matchups. So I think we'll play three games here so we can show off the deck. I really do enjoy playing with it. It leads to some very cool games. So hopefully we get some good matchups and get to play some sweet ones. Okie doke, we are definitely keeping this hand. Turn 2 Priest of Forgotten Gods is one of your best play patterns. We also have a Plague Crafter and then bring back Plague Crafter with Sorin. That's another great play pattern with this deck. And then a Cruel Celebrant to keep our life total high. Ooh, playing against the black deck. Oh, that's a pretty strong draw as well. another card to sacrifice to Priest. Given the way this deck hand plays out, we might not play Priest on turn 2. We might play Tithe Taker. Duress. Okay, so there goes our Sorin, which makes it more likely that we're just going to play Priest here. Because now we have Tithe Taker and Hunted Witness to just play both and get a decent amount of value if my opponent plays a creature here. Dave Reel, sure. Keep in mind, Plague Crafter does make the opponent... we're going to get rid of Cruel Celebrant here. We don't really care about our life total. Actually, yeah, we're going to get rid of Cruel Celebrant. The Plague Crafter does make the opponent sacrifice Planeswalkers as well. So we are going to play Plague Crafter here. Looks like my opponent's playing a discard deck, which is kind of a cool deck. But we have a pretty good card against those types of strategies. Midnight Reaper will keep our hand full, especially when combined with Priest of the Forgotten Gods. And I spoke too soon. Yikes. Okay. So we're going to play Midnight Reaper and Hunted Witness. Imagine if we had Priest of Forgotten Gods in play, we would just sacrifice them all. Okay, so opponent playing a mono black deck, looks like. And there goes our Midnight Reaper. Looking for a Sorin maybe to draw. Okay. It's a swamp. No blocks. Oh, dear goodness gracious me. Okay, that's fine. Okay. We're going to Plague Crafter. He'll sacrifice his Chupacabra. But we're working towards the outcome that we need. We have a bit of time as well. You can make this into a 7/7. No blocks. If he spends his entire turn pumping it up, that's probably fine with me. Oh, we can make it an 8/8. Yikes. So another Plague Crafter, a way to recur something because I have a Plague Crafter in my graveyard. Midnight Reaper is also a fantastic draw. So now we can chump with Plague Crafter, draw a card. And he just used a Vraska's Contempt, which makes it less likely he has one. Rats. Okay. Hunted Witness is great at chump block duty. Get wrecked, Kitesail Freebooter. Get absolutely destroyed. No blocks. He'll pump it up. Yep. Okay, so basically we are in very bad shape now. The Kitesail Freebooter protecting the Dreadshade is really bad for us. But we still have Mortify in the deck. That's part of why I added it, so you have it out in this type of situation. Priest could get something going for us. Okay. No! Come on, this guy. Dang it. He needed to have one more land to match my number of lands. Oh man, he did. Add a black for each basic swamp so he can add 5 mana. Yeah, we have to block. Gotta chump it. Opponent's deck is pretty cool. Mono black. Yikes. The more creatures he gets into play, the harder it is to kill Dreadshade. We need to draw Mortify. This deck doesn't do as well once all of its little combos are disrupted. Also, he managed to kill our Midnight Reaper every time before we could do much with it. Let's block like this. We do need to kill off his creatures one by one, I think. That's going to give us more outs in the long run. Because now we can draw like Sorin into Revival or something like that. Any land and we're pretty much done for, I think. But we could definitely make a run. This deck is sweet, mono black. Probably got 4 of each of these cards. Just a lot of solid plays. Swish 41. Maybe that's the number of basketball shots he made in a row one time. Then it would probably be 41 swish. Hard to say. Hard to say for sure. I wonder why he's taking so long on his second main phase. Definitely we have been able to survive for a very long time here. There was a couple turns where if we'd been able to get our stuff... Oh, Memorial to Folly. Yikes, that's bad for me. That'll get back a Chupacabra. Chupacabra. So if I can draw Sorin here, I can Sorin minus. He'll have to sacrifice Freebooter, then I'll plus, and then minus again. Oh no, but by then he'll have got back Chupacabra. Dang, Memorial to Folly was actually a really good draw for him. Maybe I should run a Memorial to Folly. That actually sounds like a kind of cool plan. But you really do need to have your lands untapped in the early game. My opponent is still thinking, clearly, or they left their computer, or something. Not really confident in my ability to win this game, but maybe my opponent will leave. In which case, victory goes to those who truly don't deserve it. Jeez, what is he doing? It's really annoying when people do this, though, but the important thing is to maintain a positive attitude at all times, because there's really no benefit to getting disappointed and salty and stuff. Staying positive is the key to success. Oh, we drew it! Let's go. We're going to wait on it, though. We're going to try and bait him into using this Memorial to Folly to get a Chupacabra or something useless. Oh, it's a whole new ball game now. Sure. Oh, man. That was a good draw for him. Dang it. Now I need Sorin right now. Come on, Sorin. Come on, Sorin. Come on, Sorin. Gutter Bones. Not Sorin. Rats. Oh, man. His deck seems spicy. Seems really bad against, like, mono red. Oh, my gosh. He's going to get back my Sorin. With the Eldritch Reborn, I mean. Dang it. He just had a lot of removal, and he used them all very effectively on my key threats. He played this game quite well, I'd say. Yikes. Oh, this game's over. Rats. Well, I guess we'll get them next round. Dive right into another round here. We're still going to play 2 more games for this video. So, I mean, the deck didn't get to do a ton of cool stuff that game, but it feels a little bit misleading to only show the games where things go perfectly, because then I don't want people to get the impression that the deck works perfectly every time. But we're going to have a cool game here. I feel it. My opponent's playing mono red, it looks like. I'm just basing this on the avatar. This is a great hand. We have 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop. This is going to be a splendid game. One cool thing you can do with Priest of the Forgotten Gods is hold priority when you cast Plaguecrafter, and then use Priest of Forgotten Gods to sacrifice Plaguecrafter. And ooh, this is going to be great. Okay, this is going to be the exact play I wanted to show you, because he's going to probably play another creature here that we want to kill. And we're going to play Plaguecrafter, hold priority, use Priest of Forgotten Gods, because otherwise you can't do it properly. Oh, yes. Oh, this is the exact situation we want to do. Okay. Hold full control. Plaguecrafter. Resolve. Activate. Target him. Sacrifice these creatures. Yes. Oh my gosh, and we drew another Priest of the Forgotten Gods? That's incredible. We were just going to get back Gutter Bones, but... oh, this is even better. Incredible. And now next turn we can get back Sorin. We can use Sorin to get back Plaguecrafter. Yes, this is the ideal situation. Sacrifice Plaguecrafter. Whew. This is what I like to see. We have a Mortify. We got all the stuff. All the tools for success right here. No! Well, Deputy... wait, what's he killing? He's killing Sorin? Kill Sorin! No! Okay. We're going to actually Gutter Bones and then Plaguecrafter this time. If your opponent can't get creatures onto the board against this deck, they are in trouble. Here we can... this is what we're going to do next turn. Plus Sorin, activate Gutter Bones, play Gutter Bones, be down to 1 mana, I think. Sacrifice them all, get back up to 2 mana, play another Gutter Bones, or Mortify. This is sick. Oh my gosh. No! Oh, that's why part of the reason why we added Mortify. Okay. Because you can't target them with this. So it's a 3. I guess we could have used -3 on that, but it's better to use it this way. Let's just -1. Get back a Gutter Bones. And now we can Cruel Celebrant, sacrifice the board. Oh, this deck is sweet. I love this deck. It does so many fun things. Yes! So we got the victory there. Let's just see if we can win the final game of this video. Let me know in the comments if you think we're going to make it based on the matchup, I guess. You can wait. After we've played like a couple turns, then you can't make your prediction. But if you're going to make a prediction, we're going to get that. We're going to get the W. I have a good feeling here. I don't even know what my opponent was playing that round. Like blue-green stuff. Royal with cheese. You will be no match. I'm an aristocrat myself, so I know how to beat Royal with cheese. Oh, man. Is this a keep? I don't think so. It doesn't have any of my powerful cards or synergies. This is much better. We'll keep this. Leading with planes so we can play all of our cards by turn 3. Because otherwise we'd be stuck on mana. We couldn't go double Hunted Witness on turn 2. Pal Collector, eh? Is this Elf Ball? I love Elf Ball. Or is it just some weird ramp deck? You should block opponent. I would like that. He can play a 5-drop here. I'm not loving my chances here, but I'm not hating them either. It depends on what I draw. Vine Mare? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, I guess I can block with my white creatures. No blocks. No attacks. We need to be able to chump for days. Oh my gosh. Mortify me, I beg of thee. We are drawing 3 cards. Mortify. Mortify. Aw. Shoot. Oh man. Galt is a real problem for this deck. Oh man. Oh man, brutal. Okay. Block. 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 So we take 10, 11, 12. Oh, we're dead. Rats. Well. We got beaten, but we are not truly defeated in our spirit. My opponent just had a pretty good draw, and yeah. I think the deck is good. Definitely one that if you have the cards for, it's worth trying out. Also, a lot of the cards that are in the deck are good in other archetypes. I think Priest of Forgotten Gods and Gutterbones are like probably going to find a home in Standard at some other point, but definitely Sorin and Midnight Reaper are just good cards for any deck, so worth crafting those if you have the crafting. Tithe Taker, similar boat, going to be good at some point again. Maybe the deck needs more Mortifies. I think the deck is a blast to play. Really, really did enjoy it. And if you want to try it out yourself, I highly, highly recommend it. Anyway, that is going to do it for this video. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, say hashtag Galta Stomped to represent how we got Galta Stomped in the final round. But well, that is going to do it for the video. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you in my next video.